And that is right. The electrifying one. The Bramable. The People's Champion. The man's name they chant. Rocky. Rocky. And still. Hardcore champion because the Open Challenge is still on. Rick the Rock is here. So tell all of your friends. Spread the word. Get your voice heard. Tell everyone you know. And get this video shared. Or lay off the mics down on your candy ass. And unless you want me to rock bottom you and drop the people's elbow on you, then smash that bell right now, turning every single one of my notifications on. Check out every single one of my other videos. They're all electrifying. They're all entertaining. And I'll either take you to the SmackDown Hotel on Know Your Old Boulevard, Jabroni Drive, or you can go on view and like both my Facebook pages, WWA, World Wrestling Alliance, and the Evolve People's WWE page, Team Bring It. You can follow me on Twitter at Rick the Rock Pate 30. Add me on Facebook at Richard J. Pate. Get this shared. And like and subscribe to those two shoutouts. 2 shoutouts, you like and subscribe. It is simple, it is easy. For 2 shoutouts, like and subscribe. 2 shoutouts from me, the great one. Like and subscribe. Because this is a review for 3 shows. And I will start with the NXT Takeover New York review. So there's 5 big matches, and we kicked off with the NXT Tag Team title match. Hanson and Raw, the War Raiders, taking on the one and only Ricochet and Fade to Black, Aleister Black. This was a good match, great match, but also because Black and Ricochet are now main roster, whether they're going to Raw, going to be Raw and SmackDown or not full time, but they are doing main roster full time. The War Raiders walked out NXT Tag Team Champion. Next up in singles action for the North American Championship, it was the Velveteen Dream taking on Bro Matt Riddle. Again, another good match here, but no shocker. Leaving with the North American Championship was the flamboyant one, Velveteen Dream. Next up in another singles match, the WWE UK Championship, it was Walter taking on the Bruiserweight, the man who's been WWE champion for nearly 700 days, Pete Dunne. This is an absolute great match, hard-hitting, back-and-forth action. An absolute classic here. I'm coming out and we have a new champion and his name is Walter. It was then in fatal 4-way action, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane and Bianca Belair challenging Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. Good match here, and was expecting a new champion, but Shayna Baszler tapped out Bianca Belair to retain her title. And then your main event in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT Championship. So Adam Cole Baby go one-on-one and face off against Mr. Wrestling Johnny Gargano. Great main event, good match. I did think Adam Cole should have won because on his Twitter he need the win, the push, the people's push. But Johnny Gargano left NXT TakeOver as your new NXT champion. So you like and subscribe. I said like and subscribe because next up is the PCW Who Dares Wins review. This was another good show. So we kicked off with singles action. Tel Bannum came out. He wanted a challenger for the Cruiserweight Championship. And Dave Birch answered. And Dave Birch from jobber to champion because he came out the win and he's your new Cruiserweight champion. So a huge, big win and shocker here. Next up in tag team action, it was the Henchmen taking on Arcadian and Eccentrico. No shocker here that the Henchmen picked up the victory. It was then the Who Dares Wins match. Rene Dupree, AZ Striker, Big Time Bruce Wheeler, Philip Michael, Sam Bailey, and the returning #Boom Dave Reigns. So good to see him there. And Philip Michael won the Who Dares Wins match. That would mean he would enter the Rumble at number 30, and Bruce Wheeler lost, or he got pinned, so he would enter number 1. It was then for the PCW Women's Championship, Nightshade facing off against and taking on Jessica Light. This was a good match here, but no shocker that still holding her title over her head is Nightshade. Next up was another title match, or semi-main event, saw the high-flying Dean Ambrose challenge that man, Joey Hayes, for the PCW Championship. This was a good match here, but again, a champion retained, and Joey Hayes was that champion. It was then the 30-man Rumble match, your main event. Said Philip Michael was meant to be number 30, but Shaker Champ took his place. Philip Michael was number 2. Shaker Champ came out number 2 and said, I can pick any number I like. And Philip Michael took his place. And winning the 2019 Who Dares Wins Rumble match, Big T Justice. And why not? If they're going to give him a push, then why not? Just hang on right there. But you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's right, jabroni. The great one's here. Because next up, it's the big one. It's the Wrestlemania 35 review. And you've all been waiting for it. The week obviously kicked off with the kickoff show. It was for the Cruiserweight Championship, the Juggernaut Buddy Murphy defending against the premier athlete, Tony Nese. Good match here. And like I said, to push 205 Live, they needed a new champion, and they got a new champion, and his name is Tony Nese. It was then the Women's Royal match, the Battle Royal match. Really not much to be said here on this one. Carmella picking up the win, getting the trophy, so hopefully she gets pushed. It was then a match got added to the kickoff show, and that was in a fresh match for the Raw Tag Team titles. Dash and Dawson, the Revival, took on Long Island IZ, Zack Ryder, and the man that hasn't won a match since returning to WWE, Kurt Hawkins. But the streak is over. We have new Raw Tag Team Champions. They won, and there's Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. It was then the men's Battle Royal match, and again, really not much we said here, except for Braun Strowman won. It was then the main show. It was then WrestleMania. Yolanda Adams sang America the Beautiful. Fair enough. The stage was just a massive screen, bit naff, and they didn't have the LED board on the ring. The host, the goddess Alexa Bliss, came out and spoke, and then the one, the only, the immortal Hulk Hogan brother came out. So great to see him there, and we kicked off a huge way. The Universal Championship, it was the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar, facing off against the man who likes to burn it down, the Architect, the one, the only freaking Seth Rollins. This was for the gold. Like I said, a huge, massive way to kick things off. And coming out the win, and your new Universal Champion was Seth Rollins, should I say. So a big shocker there. Next up, on the SmackDown side of things, it was the Viper Randy Orton taking on the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. This was a good match. I do think Orton should have won, but AJ Styles picked up the victory. It was then another title match time. Fatal 4-way saw Jim Cesaro, The Bar, Jay and Jimmy, the Usos, Data Black, Aleister Black, and the one and only Ricochet, the King of Strong Talent, Shinsuke Nakamura, and it's always his day, Rusev, for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Great to see Aleister Black and Ricochet at WrestleMania. I do think Rusev and Nakamura should have picked up the win. They need to do something with them, but the Usos did retain, and they walked out holding the titles. It was then... It was a long night, so I kind of don't really remember the order of the match. You don't actually know, yes. It was a Falls Count Anywhere match. The Money, the best in the world, Shane McMahon taking on the awesome one, the A-lister, The Miz. This was a good match. They went everywhere. Match ended with a superplex, 10, 15 feet in the air. Miz Shane got the 1, 2, 3, beating the Miz and proves he is the best in the world. It was then for the United States Championship, the Destroyer Samoa Joe taking on the high-flying Rey Mysterio. This was a very quick match. Samoa Joe won and retained his title in about 2 minutes. So they put over Joe, but I think Rey is injured. Booker T was on commentary for this match. There was a lot of people on commentary. Drew the King Lawler did commentary for AJ Styles, Randy Orton. Paige did the commentary for the Fatal 4-Way. JBL for Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, and Shawn Michaels for the Triple H Batista match. Also, at some point, Lacey Evans came out during the show, really did nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing with her. I think it's just people don't forget her. Next up was a match for the WWE Championship. It was the new Daniel Bryan taking on New Day member. Boom, boom, boom. It is himself. It's Kofi. It was Kofi Kingston. This was a good match. Really, really good match, in fact. And coming out the win on your new WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston. So after 11 long years, well deserved. Next up was the match for the SmackDown, for the WWE Women's Championships, in another Fatal 4-Way match. Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix, Natalya Neidhart, the Irresistible Force Nia Jax, and Dominating Force of Tamina, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, the Iconics, and the Boss Sasha Banks and the Hugger Bayley. This was a decent match. I wanted Sasha and Bayley to win, but the Iconics won and are taking those titles to SmackDown Live, which kind of makes sense. Next up was, of course, it was a match for the Hardcore Championship in a hardcore match. Hardcore legend and Hall of Famer Mick Foley taking on the Great One, the Electrifying One, Rick the Rock. And of course, Rick the Rock won, and he's still Hardcore Champion. Nobody can beat me. That should have been the main event. I should have been in the main event because I'm the star. I'm the priceless one, the chosen one. But it was a no-holds-barred match with Triple H's career on the line. The Animal Batista taking on the Game, the King of Kings, the Triple Assassin, Triple H. This was a good match. Quite brutal. Triple H trying to break Batista's fingers, ripped out the nose ring, but he still has his career, and he did, yes, get the 1, 2, 3 and went over. Next was Elias was in the ring singing. He was a special guest music performance, and none other than the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena, came out talking. So the Doctor of Thugonomics came back for one night only, a heel John Cena for one night only, and he taught and then beat up Elias. So yeah, good to see him there. It was then the match actually happened. It was the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin taking on the American Hero Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. This was an okay match, and Baron Corbin did win. He did beat Kurt Angle, so big, massive win for Baron here. Certainly going to get heat, and well, Kurt Angle's career's over, so he's kind of really going to lose anyway. And I want to say that Batista botched him when he got in the ring was absolutely funny. Next up was the big dog, Roman Reigns, taking on the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. This was an okay match, no shocker here, with his first ever singles win since returning, Roman Reigns. You like and subscribe, 1 second. Because next up, I said next up Because there is no way. And The Rock means no way. Finally, I've come back. It was for the Intercontinental Championship, the almighty Bobby Lashley versus the man who's too sweet, the Demon Finn Balor. I would have saved the Demon thing for WrestleMania as a surprise, but come out the win, and your new Intercontinental Champion was the Demon Finn Balor. So really no shock here, but good to see that Balor at WrestleMania. And in your main event, winner takes all, triple threat action. The man, the Royal Rumble winner Becky Lynch, the Queen, woo, Charlotte, and the rowdy one, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, for both Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. The finish did get botched, but come out the win as your first ever Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Champion was Becky Lynch. So congratulations to her. So that has been your review for 3 shows. Takeover, I will give a 7 out of 10. PCW, out of me, gets a 6 out of 10. And WrestleMania gets an 8 out of 10. Could have been better. Do go and check out my blog. Do like and subscribe. Enjoy Raw tonight. It's the biggest Raw of the year tonight. The Raw after WrestleMania, where all the fans will do a beat Ballmania and shout and scream, like and subscribe. So, team, bring it worldwide. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.